Well, Grassroots Greats leaks have begun, and it's actually very interesting what they're going to do with this promo, because is it just going to be those 5 leaks that we've got right now, those 5 players that we've all been known about for a while now? That's been the question. Well, EA actually kind of dropped a little hint of something that was a really strange hint that I don't even know what else it means, honestly. And we'll talk about that here in just a second. We've got evolution leaks as well, some more 88 rated evolutions that have been leaked too. And obviously we had an absolute server disaster over the last about 3 or 4 days on PSN, and because of that, EA extended almost everything, so we'll talk about that too.
If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to MMOXP.com. There will be a link in the description. They are the cheapest and safest option. You can use my code JFC at checkout for a 5% discount.
But thank you all for being here, of course. Subscribe if you are new. And then, this is what I was expecting to see for Future Stars Team 1, these types of SBCs. Flashback Alexis Sanchez looks pretty damn good. Playstyles are really, really nice on him. We got that Morgan Rogers double card that, both those cards look sick as well. And, this is what I was hoping to see for Team 1, where it's like, hey, you don't have to release crazy content if you're EA all the time, right? So if you're going to just release a player SBC and that kind of be the content for the day, make it be like this, right? Make it be good. I was seeing pro players talk about Morgan Rogers like he was Thierry Henry. I mean, like, the gas was insane. Then Pirlo came out too. Very nice card here. Yeah, second play style plus not great, but it's more of a sentimental value card, I feel like, if it's Pirlo for most people out there, but it does look very good still in the process. That's the kind of stuff you would expect to see, I feel like, if you're going to make a promo that isn't so crazy with the content, right? But okay, there was obviously a server disaster where I think it was like, what, over 2 days when that PSN was down for. So EA did go and change Weekend League, which I actually can't, it's not even here, is it? Right here. Champions Finals ends in 4 days, 4 hours now, which is really nice. They also extended the objectives too. If you look through here, like Evo Elites went up by like 2 days. So they added a lot to the objectives tab. Future Stars Play 2 as well. The live stuff was pretty much all increased, which is very nice of them. Here's actually just the full list right here. You can just read through that if you want to. But hey, would we have seen this type of responsiveness prior to all of the stock trouble? Maybe we would have, but maybe not. And just nice for us, I suppose, that we get a little bit of slight support from EA there. But okay, so let's actually talk about this Future Stars SBC leak first before Grassroots Greats. Fernando Torres is going to be coming via SBC, so we'll see what that card ends up actually looking like. But he said, I heard you want to see his official card, and then proceeded to not show anybody his official card. So we have no idea what it looks like. But Torres is on the way. And then also down here, he made a reply to somebody. He said, no, I want you to announce exchanges are coming back. And he replied with a little bit of a sweat emoji. I'm assuming means he doesn't have anything, but I don't know why he'd reply to that if he had nothing. Which, what does that mean? I don't know. You guys decipher that. It's probably nothing. But next up, we do have Santi Jimenez, and Jimenez as well as one of the 2 cards leaked right now that obviously with that last Matisse Tell card that we just haven't seen yet. So maybe they're both mini releases at this point coming out today. These are the official stats and playstyle plus, but then again, that Tell card looked so crazy that I'm like, would they release that as an SBC? Then also, would it be a mini release? Like, would they want to release that insane of a card as the mini release? Because it's 95 pace, 93 shot, 90 dribbling. So I don't know. Nothing seems to make sense about this, but I would maybe say odds are they're going to be just simply put mini release players coming out today. But I guess, we have no idea really. But okay, on to Grassroots Greats leaks now. And this is one of those things where it's pretty much exactly what we talked about in the last video. Maradona's leaks, cool. Finesse shot and technical plus is crazy mixed with insane stats. But I mean, you can't get him. Like, no one's able to actually play with this card considering the stats are insane. Plus the new hype in it. I mean, there's just no way to get this guy. I'm really hoping we see downgraded versions of these cards. This is the official card design too. For the first time we've seen that leaked. And what do you think about that card design? The card design was very divisive. Not gonna lie, the card design, not it. People were talking about it's a COVID card design. I'm not sure what to make of that, if it looks cool or not. But also we got this from AC. Now it's Beckenbauer here with the same card design. What a god-awful design there. He says the normal card is better, which he doesn't show us. So once again, just the whole sort of hiding leaks from people. I don't understand that. Like, he clearly has the normal card design, but won't show it to us because I guess you make up your mind on why he wouldn't show us that and maybe try to hold it from people. But we got this too, and I'm showing this to you because I guess Beckenbauer, like, he doesn't say this is his official card stats here, but I don't know why he'd make this concept with a quick step plus if this wasn't his official card, but I'm not sure. He doesn't say here, just take it with maybe like a 50-50 chance this is what it could look like. But obviously we've known about those cards. It's nice to see the official stats there, but like the biggest question with this promo has been really, is it just going to be these 5 or is it going to be basically all new players, like all FIFA Legends, right? Because Donk says here it includes FIFA Legends. So does that mean it's just going to be these 5 and then other ones are going to be all players that have been in the game before and not new players, to where we would see something like this, right? If we zoom in on this, you know, you got Sturridge and Rossi. Wow, Rossi. Adeltarop, Shikawi, Balassi. You know, this type of promo we kind of all hoped for. I think it's probably maybe unrealistic to assume that they would get all these players in here. But I think people were hoping for like more than just those 5. Now, I would assume at this point, knowing nothing about any other cards here, it's still very early, but if they had to add new like players and assets into the game of players that are not in the game yet, which I guess was redundant, but you know what I'm trying to say. Would we know more about that? I'd say probably. However, this was where the hints came in, that people maybe were reaching about this. You could say for sure, but it is kind of a strange sentence that they would add. So with this new curl it in Evo, right? Toss in a weak foot boost, center mid rolls, and increased attributes so you can start bending free kicks like you're with Leon in the 2000s, which obviously that's a Juninho reference. And why would they reference Juninho right now, other than I guess they just threw it in there, like the guy writing it was just like, fuck it, because you get dead ball, just make a Juninho reference and that was it. Usually you don't see EA talk about any player that isn't in the game or isn't like coming into the game shortly, right? And you know, there's a reply on here saying like, isn't that the point of the next promo? So yes, it would be. The problem is like Juninho in Ultimate Team isn't like some FIFA Ultimate Team legend per se. You know, he was in FIFA 12, 13, and 14, had a couple inform cards. I did not play FIFA 12 or 13, but I've never heard people talk about Juninho in FIFA. He's not been in the game since FIFA 14. So he doesn't come across as like a FIFA legend per se if they happen to get his license in there. And keep in mind, this is all speculation off of literally one sentence, but it's just odd. I mean, you don't see them make references like that. So I don't know. What do you guys think? I would lean towards that's all the top 5 players we're going to get, because we had them leaked so long ago. We're talking a month ago these cards were actually leaked to come out. I would have guessed we'll see if Emanike was coming out, we'd have seen him by now, right? Right along with the other guys too. Okay, a couple random things here. I was seeing this tweet: how to make green timed finishing easy. Turn time finishing on, go to the trainer in game, turn on the indicator, and turn everything else off basically. So you have the green timed like bar above their head. I'll tell you right now, just don't do this. Don't worry about doing this. Looking at the bar is like one of the worst things you probably can do. Even if you somehow got really good at looking at the bar and somehow timing it that quickly, even then it's still not the best way to do it, because your eyes are off of where they should be. So just don't, like, you know, see tips like this on Twitter where, and like maybe it works for some people, but for the most part, do not turn the bar on to try and help you with time finishing. Just learn to time it when the foot hits the ball. Like, that's the best way to do it for sure. And not calling out FC Wizard here, okay? I just want to bring up this tweet because it kind of highlights a train of thought that I cannot understand. I was seeing a bunch of people have this discourse where it's like, okay, PSN servers went down. Finally, the PSN people will realize just go and get a PC. Console gaming should be over. I don't understand being a PlayStation gamer in 2025. Server issues, monthly wasted money, worse performance, and less versatile than PC. Console era should be long gone. Okay, yeah, let's just all go buy $1,000 PCs. You know what? Let's just, why not? A console is, you know, half the price at the worst than like a good PC where you can actually run FC, because this game is not, you know, catered towards PC play, which I fixed my blue screen problem, by the way. Thank you to the guys who helped me. Really appreciate that. It's so convenient to buy a console, plug it in, and play. It can't get more convenient than that. Consoles will always be high selling because of their convenience. And not only that, they're just cheaper. So, and he might not have meant this with this tweet at all, but this tweet comes across as like, it comes across as tone deaf. To not know how much more money you'd have to spend and then upgrade your PC. Your PC doesn't just last forever. You have to upgrade it too. It's like the monetary value just wasn't even considered at all when you tweet this out. It was getting a lot of engagement too. People agreed with it. Some obviously disagreed with it. Yes, PC is better. As somebody literally who plays on PC and advocates for playing on PC, because the gameplay is better on PC. Mostly, you still get the dog shit, but it's just like, why does this discourse even exist? Console is just so much more convenient in so many different ways that I don't get it. But anyway, also this, can we talk about this? Like, really, I know it's kind of a nitpick because most people figured out on Twitter later on what the numbers meant, but why release this Evo if it's glitched, right? You can't see what the actual playstyle pluses even are. This was like this for 2 or 3 hours on consoles post this Evo coming out. Like, you couldn't see what the playstyles were. Like, I don't even know why you release this or make it this way when you can't. Like, imagine somebody doesn't go on Twitter. What the hell are they gonna do? Yeah, I know everybody's gonna access the internet and just look it up, obviously, and probably eventually find it, but the fact that they have to do that is pretty hilarious. And also, Schweinsteiger was tweeted out by Sheriff like earlier today, and I don't know if these are his official stats or not. I don't know. He doesn't say here, which I don't know why you wouldn't say prediction or official, but in case they are official, here's what they could look like. And I lean towards these might be official because 82 pace, that, you know, that's not high, and only one stat above 90 there, which is crazy to say that only one stat above 90, but that's the the era of center mids we now live in. But I want to show you guys this too. You know, we used to get man of the match cards for this round in the FA Cup every year. I think it was like a 3 or 4 year tradition. You know, just look at these. These are just such good looking cards. The orange tied to real life can come out immediately that night. Like, yeah, they were just inform boosts, right? And you would even you're looking at Bennett. Like, look at this card. Times have changed, but nobody used this card. Nobody used these bottom ones here. You know what you could do? Many of them were bronzes. You can open bronze packs and get 10k coins that way, which is always cool. Same with silver packs, obviously, if you're doing like menu grinding stuff. And same with smaller gold packs, like the 83 rated cards in there, right? Remember Steven Defour, by the way? And you got big ones like Yaya Toure or Theo Walcott that were actually usable. Back in the day when this Yaya card was actually mad expensive, even with 77 pace. I just miss man of the match cards. I've talked about this before on the channel, but I just think they're such a missed opportunity to me. And a FUT Agent Evo leak here. Yes, he's back. Keep in mind, it seems like Evo leaks recently have not been super reliable. I'd say they're mostly correct, but still they end up more wrong than player leaks. So keep that in mind here. But he says up here, I believe, yeah, next evolution is 2 playstyle pluses. And I think it's max 88, I believe, is kind of what it seems like so far. So 2 playstyle pluses and a max 88. But that's the only information he really gave, which I feel like is probably most Evos. So it's not really much information. But okay, so the market actually, there's some interesting things because we obviously had the server issue where people just couldn't play for 2 days. And that did affect the market. That always affects the market, by the way. If there's ever a time where servers are down or people can't play or list or do whatever, whether that be PSN or actual FIFA servers, the market goes down. That's usually how it works. The market is down in like many places, actually. Cole Palmer's like 200k down today, I want to say. He was about 1.8 at one point. Maybe not quite that high. 1.74, so more like 100k or, you know, close to that. I expect a bit of a bounce back here. I'm surprised to see it. I still think that these cards are so far and away like so good. Like this Renard card, I'm surprised she's actually 1.3. The top tier like Saliba and Salah and stuff, they still are staying way up there, but I'm pretty surprised some of these cards keep dropping. Brighton, for example, Brighton's less than 1.9 now, which is actually a little bit down too. As you guys know, I've been bullish on the market for a long time, and we really haven't seen that rise. I mean, it also hasn't crashed either, like some traders said, which I'll take my slight dub, even though it hasn't really rose much either. I think what's going on right now a lot too is people just aren't that happy with the game itself. So if there was hella gameplay demand, I think that we probably would see the market rise a little bit, but we just haven't seen it because there isn't that gameplay demand right now, mainly like there was, you know, right when Team of the Year came out because of that new patch. So I think it probably bounces back a bit, to be honest with you. I do, considering we had the server issue. I think Sunday sell-off be a good time as always. But so yeah, it's interesting because the next promo, Grassroots Greats, can crash the market, guys. It definitely can. If it's actually a full team of those FIFA Legends, even though I don't think it's what it's going to be, if that was actually the case, I guess the market goes down because everyone's going to want to use those cards. Everyone's going to want to at least get like one in their team, and that could do that. But if it is just like those 5 plus some other promo cards, maybe some older FIFA Legends too, maybe it wouldn't do as bad. And then also it just is surprising because FIFA Legend promo is usually FUT birthday. That's usually what that kind of is. So Grassroots Greats, you know, why would that be this now? It just makes it's interesting. And the market, basically in layman's terms, if hyped promo, it go down. If it's not as good as we think, it stay same, probably. Now, on to your comments now, I will say everybody who helped me, thank you. I fixed the issue. The issue, if you're a computer nerd, was that the Intel processors, that they've had that whole problem with blue screening and games crashing. I think it was the 13th and 14th gen have that issue, and I changed my BIOS or updated my BIOS and I fixed the problem, I think. So that's how I fixed it. And one of the biggest comments that I think we get every single time that we talk about players in career mode that aren't in Ultimate Team yet, or vice versa, right? Have a nice day says, why are some players in career mode but not Ultimate Team? And honestly, I don't think anybody knows. I don't know why they add some players in and some players take a long time to come into Ultimate Team, and some players, like, for example, I'm trying to think of one in the last couple of years. We've had some examples of like players coming in and immediately after they transferred or after they were added into the game, that their Ultimate Team card comes in the game within like the week or a couple weeks, and some cards it takes forever. So I don't know. I honestly, I wish I could help you with that. And Llama says, JFC, you mentioned inconsistent gameplay often. Could you give us a couple of examples next time? Love you, bye. And honestly, it's hard to give examples if I don't show you like gameplay examples where I'd have my input on top of the screen, and it's kind of how you would see it. It's hard to show you without you controlling the sticks, because you know when you press it, and it's hard to see on the screen if you're watching somebody's gameplay when they press buttons. It's hard to watch somebody's gameplay and be like, oh, they're delayed, it can be hard. Sometimes you can notice it, but sometimes it's actually pretty hard. So the best way, I mean, if you play the game, you pretty much already know what inconsistent gameplay is. It's a very broad term, right? But it is basically players feel different from game to game. That's kind of the gist of what it is. And also Hollow, I've seen some comments out there being like, you know, EA, they can't really do much because, for example, DDoSing, right? People will just start DDoSing again if it was dashboarding means you get the win because you just kick them off or whatever. How will EA stop this issue, which was extremely prominent in old FIFAs like 13 and 14? I replied down here and I was like, DDoSing is still around, yes, but I guess the question is, do you sacrifice that for the 99% of games that end in backouts that aren't DDoS / no loss glitched? That's the hard question, and that's the question, because it is true where it's like you want to try and create fairness, you want to try and limit cheaters. If DDoSing was rampant again, that would also create another problem. You're right, but I don't know how rampant it could possibly be anymore. I don't know if it's really easy to DDoS or if it's hard to DDoS nowadays. I don't know. That's been the question they've been trying to answer for years, is like, is it worth it? Is it worth knowing people will have no loss glitches or there will be a DDoSer out there getting 15-0? Is it worth it to not have this feature in the game, knowing that the more than vast majority of cases are not due to glitches? So that's been the question they've asked themselves, and only recently, the last month, they've thought, okay, because of the numbers, because it's such a requested feature, we're gonna add it now, and hope to maybe work towards it one day being, you dashboard, you still get the win, or if you face somebody who dashboards, you still get the win, right? They're at least attempting now, it looks like, to address the problem. But you're right, I mean, you don't want DDoSers going rampant, of course, that would be bad. But I don't know how realistic that even is to have DDoSers going rampant. I don't know, but I just voice cracked at 26. That's it for me. I'm done. Thank you all for being here. Love us. Peace.